On today's Daily Strike, the Lightning traveled to Orlando to take on the Panthers in preseason game number 5. And on this date 5 years ago, the boat parade was started. This is the latest news and notes on the Tampa Bay Lightning for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick. The Bolts were back at practice on Monday after a day off. Victor Hedman, Pontus Holmberg, and Andrei Vasilevskiy did not participate with the main group. Head coach John Cooper says Hedman and Holmberg won't play tonight, but aren't threats for later in the week. As for Vazzy, he skated before practice and gave an update on his timeline.
Sometimes it's not what I think, it's what the player thinks. And so you want to put him in a spot where, he's feeling comfortable. And, Vazzy's played multiple exhibition or, gone through multiple training camps where he's just played 2 games. So let's just see how later in the week goes.
After practice, Darren Radish talked about the team's 4-0 preseason start.
We can take a little bit from those first 4 games, and how hard we worked, and how we gamed those out, and try and build a little bit going into these next 3 and get ready for the season. So. It was good to get back in and playing a game again. And
Max Crozier's in the mix to make the opening day roster on D, and he says it's been a good training camp.
It's been a fun camp so far. So just trying to be as positive and enthusiastic every single day and be as consistent as possible. I think, we have a lot of great hockey players here that are all fighting for a job, and just trying to be as consistent as possible and, bring an intensity to practice, but also, bring a smile to it too, and have some fun with everyone.
Connor Geekie talks about competing for roster spots.
Everyone's got a chance, I think. Obviously solid, and I think, these last 3 games of preseason, have a bit more meaning to them. I think just, with the past and how it's gone, I think, like I said, everyone came in here with a chip on their shoulder, and I think you can tell.
The Bolts play the Panthers 3 times this week, starting tonight in Orlando. The team will have a morning skate at Benchmark International Arena at 10:15 this morning. Then they'll make their way east on I-4. Puck drop scheduled for 7:10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Our radio pregame coverage starts at 6:30 on 102.5 The Bone and in the Lightning mobile app. You can watch the game on the Spot Channel 66 in Tampa starting at 6:30 or in the Lightning mobile app. For details, go to tampabaylightning.com/how-to-watch.
This day in Lightning history.
It was on this date in 2020, 2 days after winning the Stanley Cup, that the Lightning created the boat parade. Then they headed to Raymond James Stadium for a celebration.
Let's make some noise for the boys!
Then head coach John Cooper.
I hope that the work that these 28 beauties did put a little smile on your face just for a little while. Trust me, they're beauties.
It was a celebration to remember after the team had spent 65 days in the bubble and won the franchise's 2nd Stanley Cup. Join us for Open House Weekend at Benchmark International Arena, October 17th through the 19th. There will be a Lightning watch party, a public skate, a movie screening on the Jumbotron, plus a free concert with country superstar Maren Morris. Claim your free tickets today at benchmarkinternationalarena.com/open-house. Happy birthday to Bolts alumni goalie Cedric Desjardins, who played 6 games over 3 seasons from 2010 to 2014. Dave Mishkin and Greg Linelli will preview tonight's preseason game against the Panthers in Orlando on Lightning Power Lunch today at noon Eastern. You can watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, listen live in the Lightning mobile app, or download the podcast and listen anytime. Thank you for listening to the Daily Strike for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick, where every day is hockey day.